maybe you want something to go along with your meal, your sit-down family meal. A smoked butternut squash soup might work well. It is smoked, okay? So I love everything smoked. I love the flavor of it. There's something about it, it just bumps it up.
It adds a certain depth to your meals, and a little bit of smoke is good. I don't like too much smoke though, right?
No, not too much smoke.
So what we did here
just
is...
a touch.
This is kind of like a food dudes thing, but we did the smoked butternut squash soup. So I have the butternut squash here, which you're probably all familiar with.
Yeah.
When you take your butternut squash, half it, take the seeds out, and I brush it with some butter, salt and pepper, and in the cavity I put sage. So I put a whole bunch of sage in here, as you can see, right?
Okay.
And then this goes right into the oven.
Yeah.
And then I bake it off at about 350 for, it depends, and this is another good point. See this guy here?
Yeah.
That, like, you know, if you go pick this up, you can work out with it as well.
He's huge. Yeah.
Huge. So this guy in the oven would probably take about an hour.
Right.
Something like that. However, this guy would probably take maybe 30 to 35 minutes, right?
Yes.
So it really depends how you're doing it. Always pick out a nice medium-sized squash, or always pick out the same size, just so they all cook at the same time, right?
Okay, got it.
So this segment, I have the pan nice and hot, so it's sizzling.
Lesson learned.
Don't need those sound effects, right? What I'm going to add to this is some really cool stuff. There's no secret. I peeled this. I put the peel back on so it didn't oxidize, right?
Oh, okay, got it.
Cool. I like to do a little bit of knife skills every time I come in and show tips and tricks.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I showed something similar to this last time, but whenever you're dealing with a round kind of object, kind of give and don't waste this. You can chop this up, but give yourself a flat side, like a carrot or something like that.
Yeah.
And that way it's not rolling around anymore.
That's always a good tip. You want to save your fingernails.
Exactly. And your fingers.
And your fingers.
So with this apple, the green apple adds a nice body to it, but it adds that sweet, sour, kind of tart flavor, right? So onions and garlic, apple goes in.
Okay.
I don't worry about peeling it all, because like I like a little bit of that skin in there. It adds the skin's crazy flavor,
it's fiber, right?
With the butternut squash, once it cools down, you can just spoon out the flesh. So this guy is just perfect. And one other thing, when you're baking this off, like I was baking a few off a couple days ago, and my mom was just like in heaven with the smell in her house.
Good.
It smells delicious.
Yeah.
You'd spoon out all your flesh into here, and you'd continue doing that. I wanted to go into a little bit about the seasonings that you put into this. That'll take it to the next level.
Right.
We add some nutmeg, allspice, cinnamon, clove. We have some roasted cinnamon as well. And then this stuff here.
Ooh, it's smoky.
That's the smoke. It's called liquid smoke. A lot of chefs will look at this as kind of cheating. However, you can't expect everyone to have a smoker at home.
No.
My Uncle Kevin does, but you can't expect
anyone
everyone
have a
to.
smoker? Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Get a smoker. We're all behind.
You can't expect everyone to have a smoker at home, okay? So liquid smoke, just a little bit goes a long way. So just like quarter teaspoon, just do a couple drops at a time.
I would drink that.
Yeah?
I love it so much.
And I would talk to you.
We'd have to have a conversation.
For sure. When things in the pot start to stick, this is a perfect time for you to add a liquid and deglaze.
Oh, was I supposed to say that?
Deglaze,
Sorry.
yeah. No, it's all good.
Deglaze.
So this is really full, so I'm going to do this kind of quickly, and there it goes. So just a little bit of a deglaze.
Okay.
That'll cool it down. This is for the spiked sour cream, okay?
Right.
Spiked sour cream, I just want you to just shave a little bit of that lemon zest in there.
You got it.
And yeah, you're doing a great job there.
Thank you.
And what we're going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice into this as well.
Okay.
And then I kind of put dollops into the soup.
Yeah.
And it adds a nice pocket of sour cream in that smoky butternut squash soup. Okay, last thing I want to talk about that goes in here is what we call a chive oil. The chive oil, the recipes are going to be online.
Okay.
But this guy, you just put the chives into boiling water, and then you take it out and shock it in ice water, and then you blend it with olive oil. But really simple.
Why do you want to do that? Like, why don't you want to just put chives in?
To make the chive oil, you have to boil the water first, because when you shock it like that, it brings out the chlorophyll, and it brings out that bright green color like with spinach.
Okay.
You can add chive into it, but this is fancy.
This is
and then
better.
You can do like, you know, write your name out and all kinds of stuff in there.
It's like it's a plating thing as well.
I'm all about colors and textures
no, it's
and
beautiful.
height and visuals, right? So
you can tell I'm just a plain food eater. I'm like, why do you want to do that?
No.
But I get it. It looks gorgeous.
And then you blend it, and you have a really beautiful butternut squash soup, okay?
Look at the texture of it too. So that's kind of going to be an individual thing based on if you want it thicker, thinner,
exactly,
smoothie,
that's totally up
silky.
to you. And also, this is one portion. This is good for me, right? Okay?
I'm going to drink the smoke oil. You can have that whole vibe.
Done.
Okay?
Done and done.
Cityline.ca for the recipe. Thank you, Devan.